Hi, welcome to our second ecology lecture. So it's on the same note slide, so give me a second to get to where we're going. You need to have made a copy of this Google document. Let's pull it up. So if you go to modules, you'll find our assignment for today. It's right here, day 1, ecosystem observations. We're going to click it. Hi, whoa. How many of you were just amazed at how we classified life on Friday through our hierarchy? We went from all the way to an individual to the largest of our classifications, which is the biosphere. Who knew ecology was all about studying the interactions between organisms and their surroundings? Many of the most famous ecologists simply spent their time observing the world around them. That's exactly what I want you to do today. So after watching the short video lecture, which you're watching right now, about the different parts of the ecosystem, you're going to go outside to fill out the following Google document. Maybe write down on a notebook your observations so you don't take your computer outside. I would like you to spend some time outside observing the ecosystem around you. So some of you live at lakes. You are welcome to observe the underwater ecosystem. Some of you live near trees. You're welcome to observe the forest. And some of you simply live where there is grassland or just grasses. There is an ecosystem right there as well. So no matter where you live in the county or surrounding areas, you're going to find an ecosystem. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to observe them. But we have to answer these questions right here: abiotic factors, biotic factors, biomes, and ecosystems. Then I want you to write a hypothesis and go outside. List 5 of each type of factor that you see in your surrounding area. Then you're going to do the conclusion by yourself, turn it in, and we'll be done for the day. But let's go back. So we need to define ecosystem and biome. Those will be found in your lecture notes from Friday, or right here, ecosystem, biome. But we're going to breeze right through that because you already should have taken those notes, and you should have done this game with me as well. If you were in class, we learned that this little guy right here is the tardigrade. He is so cute, otherwise known as the water bear, microscopic organism living inside of your water. We learned about cottonmouths as well in class. All right, so abiotic factors are any non-living chemical or physical part of an ecosystem. So I asked you to look at this picture right here. You could name a couple, right? The soil, the water, the air. There are some others there that are hidden, but I don't want to give you all the answers. But here's your definition for an abiotic factor to fill out on your sheet: any non-living chemical or physical part of an ecosystem. Now, that's half of an ecosystem. The other half, the one that we typically think of, we call a biotic factor, which is any living thing in an ecosystem. So like our geese or our gazelle, or even this wolf, maybe coyote. Pretty sure it's a wolf, though it's pretty big to be a coyote. Right, or the grass, or the plants right here, or even the algae that's inside of this pond. Any living thing is what we call a biotic factor. Remember, bio means life when we studied our prefixes and suffixes. Biotic still means life here in the word, but a means not. In other words, not life, not living. Okay, get the idea? So those are 2 parts of our ecosystem, and that's what you're going to be asked to define or to find outside. And I would love to know what kind of ecosystems are around the places that you live. And just so that you have the definitions again, remember, a biome is a large naturally occurring community of flora, plants, and fauna, animals, occupying a major habitat. Our example of a biome we live in, the deciduous forest biome, although it's debatable as a steppeland as well as we get closer to the coast. And lastly, an ecosystem is a biological community of interacting organisms and their environment, a combination of those biotic and abiotic factors. Good. Awesome. And just so what you're going to be discovering is there a relationship between the biotic or non-living factors in an ecosystem to the biotic? Do the biotic organisms need the abiotic factors? Do the abiotic factors need the biotic factors? Today, hopefully, through your observations, you are going to observe what happens. What's the relationship between the two, right? Why do they happen together? So here's what you're going to do, you're going to next, so those are your definitions, you're going to write a hypothesis. So if my abiotic factors are present or absent in the environment, then my biotic factors should be able to perish or survive. So here you're going to fill in the blank, circle it on your paper, or bold it, or fill in the blank on your Google Sheet. So you're going to make a hypothesis, remember, and a hypothesis is an if-then statement predicting or an educated guess of the assumptions of your experiment. In this case, we're doing an observational experiment, which means we're simply going out and watching the world around us. Here's your post-lab questions. So explain, after you take your observations or gather your data, find the abiotic and biotic factors in that ecosystem outside of your house. You are going to explain the difference between biotic and abiotic factors. And you're going to explain how biotic and abiotic factors work together to support organisms in the ecosystem. So those are your post-lab or your conclusions that you should draw from this experiment. Pretty easy assignment. When you're done, make sure you've changed the share settings so that I can see your link. Submit it to Canvas and you are done for the day. Have fun with this. If you can, travel, right? Travel to maybe, I don't know, see if you can go to the park for the day with your whoever is watching you. Maybe you can go to even the state park like Jones Lake or Singletary, or you can simply go outside in your backyard. Whatever is convenient to you and your parents are willing. Traveling, though, would be fun, so you get to see a different kind of ecosystem. All right, have a great day, guys.